I don't have an intro. But it's day one. It's day one. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about goals, about locking in. You know, everybody has that. They love saying that phrase, lock in, lock in. There's even, I've been seeing on TikTok, there's just like thing going on right now called like the great lock in. So like winter arc, things of that nature. And it's just like, okay, like people are saying they want to lock in, but now when it's time to actually lock in, some people, they don't know where to start. You know what I mean? So this video, hopefully by the end of it, using my life experiences and some advice that I could give out to you, maybe I could point you in the right direction on how to start. So my goal is that by the time I have enough videos, somebody could literally watch my videos from start till whatever day it ends, and they will have some sort of substantial knowledge, because I feel like most people struggle with just getting started, and that's just with anything in life. It doesn't have to be the gym. It could be starting a new hobby, or maybe starting a new job, or maybe even changing the way you dress. Who knows? So it's always that first step. So you always got to remember that, first of all, progress, it's not going to be perfect. Like whenever you are starting your business or you're trying to do 225 on the bench, you're not going to just wake up in the morning, go to the gym, get underneath that bench press and just lift up 225. No. You know what I mean? Unless you like a Brock Lesnar, you know what I mean, Aaron Donald type build, hey, in that case, more power to you. But the average person is not going to be able to go to the gym and just lift 225 if that's your goal. So the average person is not just going to wake up in the morning and make 10,000 a month from their business within the first 3-4 months. That's just not how life works. So you got to remember that in everything, it's all about progress, not perfection. And if you keep chasing that perfection, you will always be lost in the sauce. And I'm speaking from experience, because I suffered, keyword suffered, in the past from not always, but being a victim of social media, in a sense that everything is right there. Everything's right here. If I literally want to buy some Japanese denim or buy some Mexican candy or literally shoes, anything that I want, I could. Social media has the power to make or break you. And there was a point in my life where it broke me. I'm not gonna lie. You keep looking online, you see all these people living these lives, and you're comparing. As a human, it's normal. Comparison is a normal thing. We all do that. And you go into the gym, or you're playing basketball, or you're trying to dress a certain way, and then you look online, you see somebody else dressing the exact same way you want to dress, or looking the exact same way you want to look, or living the life that you want to live, and now you start minimizing yourself because you're trying to chase the perfection that you created in your mind. But you got to remember that nothing in life is perfect, and that if it looks too good to be true, chances are it probably is too good to be true. So if you looking online, you see that guy, he's looking like perfect. He has perfect abs, his lats is going crazy, bro, his facial structure is on point, everything. Like he could dress, he's making money, but he don't show you none of his bad sides. That's what social media is for, you know? Like it's not to show, oh, my girl broke up with me, this and that. It's to show your highlights. That's literally why Instagram has highlights. It's to show your best moments. So if you always see that, you see the perfection in somebody, it's gonna minimize your goals and your perception of yourself and how you can improve. Because you also have to remember that all of us, every single person, even if you had a twin, every single person has their own journey and their own purpose. That God, the Creator, Allah, whatever you subscribe to, put us on this earth to do. The way I think of life kind of like a video game, not in a literal sense, but in the way that it's a journey. So within that journey, there's going to be little things that you have to go through. So there's no perfect journey. And if you keep chasing that perfection, you won't get to where you're supposed to. You're not gonna complete the mission. You won't complete the game. There's a lot of niggas I know right now, they still playing GTA 5 because they still ain't complete the missions. Complete the missions, bro. I got homies that be gaming. They still playing Elden Ring. Hey, bro, you gotta beat the boss. I don't game, so I don't know what to say. But, like, you get what I'm saying. Like, lock in. And for you to do that, you gotta just focus on you and remember that it's not gonna be perfect. It's a journey, not a destination. You always gotta remember that. Just like I said with the video game analogy, it won't always be straight. If, for example, me, when I wanted to first start going to gym seriously, I'm not gonna lie, the first 6 and 8 months, I did not know what I was doing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was just going to the gym. And I thought that I was doing something because I was going to the gym. Until I had to sit down and really realize that me chasing perfection and me trying to please other people incoherently, obviously, like, that's not my goal, but my actions are reflecting that. Me doing that is not serving my purpose of me trying to look better in the gym. So I had to humble myself and I had to lock in, realize that it's a journey, not a destination. And I started researching, started eating right, doing all the good stuff, whoop-de-bam. And here we are. And by God's grace, I will be able to improve and just move forward. And you just gotta remember that. But like, this also ties into what I have to say next, that it's not just gonna be something that you could just start doing and it's just a quick fix. No. If you wanna lock in, like, seriously, whether it's the gym, whether it's start a business, whatever your goal is, just like insert goal here, right? You can't just do the same things you're doing now. Like, I'm speaking to myself too. Like, this is some self-talk as well. You can't keep doing the same things you're doing now and then expect things to just change over time because you decided, you woke up one day and then you're like, I'm locking in. Like, let's be honest. If you're trying to lose weight, you can't expect to lose weight if you eat 4 burgers a day, 2 large fries. That's what I was averaging. Like, my average, like, I'm gonna give you a quick day in the life of what I used to eat. But that's gonna be a whole different video. But what I used to eat when I was like in college and stuff was wake up in the morning and have like an omelet and then yogurt, a whole bunch of food, right? Then this is before I started going to the gym, when I was, down bad, all that, right? But lunch, burger. Then I had like a sandwich because they had like a little deli. You can make like your own sandwich. Burger, deli sandwich, and then like fries, soda, whatever. Go back to the room. I had the sun chips waiting for me. I was going crazy with sun chips. And mind you, while I was doing this, in between each meal, when I'm going back to my dorm, I already got snacks with me. Sometimes I would bro, now that I think about it, I was really a Hall of Fame plate cleaner. Like, my actions were extremely roastable. I literally used to make 2 sandwiches, eat one while I got a burger waiting for me, and then take the other one. That's 3 sandwiches, right? Take one back to my room. That's 3 sandwiches. And this only lunchtime. Now, when we get to dinner, probably eat 2 more sandwiches, some ice cream, a whole bunch of stuff. I'm saying this to say, all of that, and I was still saying, oh, I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna still go to the gym. I'm gonna still do this. Bro, I got nowhere. Nowhere. If anything, I was gaining more weight. So it comes to a point where you gotta really like realize that if you really wanna see change, you have to change you. You have to change even the little things. You have to make every single thing intentional. And that's my next point. It all starts with a mindset, obviously. It starts here and everything else will follow. But every single thing you have to do has to be intentional. Regarding the situation, this is more fitness based currently because we're trying to lock in. So we're gonna keep using the gym analogy. If you want to bench 225, but you keep working on shoulders or you keep working on legs, but you're not training chest or you're not training triceps, you're not gonna get nowhere. And you've been trying to do this for over a year. You've been trying to get 225 up for a year, but you're not training chest properly, or you ego lifting. There's a lot of y'all that be focused on the numbers and not the actual proper form and how your body feels. But then later on, y'all be saying, oh, bro, this hurts or that hurts. It's because you have to change your mindset first and make everything intentional. Whenever you lifting, for example, you trying to lift this or that, like, I don't know, insert weight here, but your form's all messed up and you hurting your body, you overexerting yourself. Are you really making progress, or are you really trying to please other people? Because at the end of the day, you look at bro over there, he actually training. He's using less weights, but he's actually training properly. He's actually using that mind-muscle connection. He's actually focusing on that contraction, right? You focusing on that guy, he's looking like the way he's looking because he actually is making every move intentional. You see what I'm saying? So like, I feel like the biggest problem with people and the reason why they don't lock in is because they don't worry about themselves. Like, worry about you. It's your life. Nobody else is gonna save you. Like, seriously, it's your life. When I tell people all the time, when I'm giving advice to people, I always say, when you go to sleep and when you wake up, it's you. Even if you have a partner, it's you. You know why? Because it's your conscience, your soul, it's your mind, all that. It's you. So when you make these moves, when you say you want to start a clothing brand, but it's been 3 months, you have no designs, you have no mock-ups, you haven't talked to no type of wholesalers, you haven't talked to no type of people that got clothing brands to ask them, okay, how did you start a clothing brand? What mistakes did you make? Instead, you just on TikTok all the time looking at other people's clothing brands. You want to start a YouTube channel, but you watching other people's YouTube, but you don't have no type of ideas. You got to make everything intentional, because the way I look at life, you never know. You got to stay ready, because you never know when it could be your time. You could have that one moment and it's your time and you not prepared, and now your time is gone and you always gonna look back at that moment. Like, for example, me, who knows, my time could have went. I spent a lot of my time, wasting it, essentially wasting it, doing things I shouldn't have been doing, not being on my purpose, not being on my goals. But by God's grace, I'm locked in now. But it took a lot of me being intentional. It took a lot of me focusing on myself. I feel like with today's day and age, it's so easy to get lost with other people's lives, because you got Instagram, you got all these like apps, all this stuff that's just there to just distract you, which I understand. We all got phones, everybody want to scroll and stuff, but you got to remember that everything is intentional to you. You got to remember that it's for you, not for anybody else. So when you're doing your stuff, when you got your goals, make everything intentional. I'm sorry I went on a tangent. I'm not gonna lie, we already at 13 minutes, but we're just gonna keep it going, because my next topic, I really feel like a lot of people don't do this. They have to, whenever you do something, you can't just, all right, for example, you want to lose weight. You can't expect to actually accomplish your goal if you don't have the passion inside of you and make it a part of you, right? So I feel like most people should really focus on making their goals a part of them. Don't focus on other people, or don't focus on how they're gonna react to you doing you. If you believe and you 100% know that you have something, you genuinely have something that most people wouldn't understand, and you know that you can get there, you believe it wholeheartedly, chase it. It doesn't matter how crazy it can sound to other people, because at the end of the day, they will be the same ones that will congratulate you whenever you accomplish your goals. So step out on faith, man. Step out on your normal routine and try it. Try it. If it fails, it fails. Most people not even gonna remember anyways. There's so much stuff that happened in this world. You probably don't even remember what happened last week. Like, there's so much that happens that just, but make sure that you make everything intentional to you, and always remember that it's a part of you. It's like, for example, me with the gym. It's not something that I dread. Sometimes, yes, I'm tired or whatever. Sometimes I might take it a little bit lighter than I'm supposed to, but it's not something that like I gotta go to the gym. It's a part of me. It's a part of my routine that I incorporated with my life. So it's at the point now where if I don't go, or if I don't do some kind of like activity, today, for example, was Monday and it's my off day. So it felt weird taking an off day because I'm so used to going every day. But I have to remember that it's a part of me to take that day off too, and it's also a part of me to go. Like, I have my days that I go and I have my days that I don't go. So you have to also incorporate that too. Don't just focus on just the end result. That's actually my next point. Whenever, I don't know how I'm gonna attack this without going on like another tangent. Whenever people have a certain goal, I would say, okay, whenever people have a certain goal, I feel like, let's say we're just gonna keep using the gym. You wanna lose 30 pounds. Most people just focus on the end result versus the actual journey to get to the end result. So, for example, when I was 210, I didn't like the way I looked. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna lose at least 30 pounds. In my head, just being honest, in my head, I already started thinking about, oh man, when I lose that 30 pounds, I'm gonna look like this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. It gets to the point where you low-key start getting clouded in your mind about even getting started. You start already thinking about losing the 30 pounds that you didn't even start yet, bro. Like, start first. Start first. Get used to it. Make it a part of you. Make it a part of you. Don't focus so much on the end result, because you're going to get there. Like, you're going to get there. If you truly believe and you like doing something that you know you can accomplish, oh man, you're going to get there. But you have to remember that it's a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. And we have to get out of that mindset of everything's going to come to me. Everything's going to come to me. Sometimes I get in that mindset too. I'm not going to lie. Social media, I blame social media the most because it's the most relatable to everybody. I can almost guarantee that if there's something that you haven't accomplished yet, social media has something to do with it. Either you were distracted by it, or it's the reason why you're feeling a certain way, or XYZ. But social media is a common denominator for a lot of people's, I'm not gonna say problems because I feel like that's too drastic, but it's a common denominator for a lot of people not locking in. Let's stay on topic. For a lot of people not locking in. So I really think that not a lot of people, but everybody should subscribe to the fact that it's a journey. It's a journey, man. It's a journey. I don't even know what your goal is, to be honest, because everybody's goal is different. But for the sole purpose of all of us locking in, you gotta remember that it's a journey, not a destination, you know? And my next point is probably gonna be my most important point. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be 2 points in one, but I'm just gonna incorporate it all together because patience is the most important thing besides locating your why. And the reason why I put those two last is because, one, I think that they go hand in hand. Two, they're the most important qualities or the fundamental elements to have in locking in, essentially, because with being patient, you, like I said in the last point, nothing good comes quick. Like, it's not gonna be you just wake up the next day, you're able to lift 225 or you lost 30 pounds overnight. It's not gonna be like that. And if it was like that, one thing I know about life is that quality takes time. Good things take time. And if it's something that you get it real fast, like think about McDonald's, right? They make that in like, I remember one time, seriously, like I remember one time it was like a $50 order. They had that ready like faster than Chick-fil-A. I promise you, the only time, let me talk about that real quick. You ever notice that the only time you wait at McDonald's It's 2 times. One, when you order a hot and spicy McChicken, and two, when you order some cookies. That's the only time you wait. But besides that, everything else be ready just like automatically. We definitely eat moose knuckles. We eat bat elbows. Oh, we cook. That's crazy. But what I meant to say was McDonald's, fast food, bad quality. Now think about somewhere like Nobu or, somewhere like Kava, somewhere where your food's organic, they prepare it. It's a little bit more expensive compared to McDonald's. A good meal at McDonald's is like, $10 or something. You might go to like a steakhouse where like the cows were grass fed and all that stuff, and it's way more expensive, but there's quality. So you have to incorporate that in life. You have to remember that good things in life won't just come naturally, just out of nowhere. Yes, that could play a part in it, but still, you gotta think about someone like KD or LeBron. LeBron, right? He's the GOAT, greatest basketball player of all time. I'm sorry. If you an MJ fan, you was probably born in 1979. You about to get packed up anyway, so don't even worry about it. But LeBron's a GOAT. But I promise you, he still incorporated all the stuff that I just said. He made every move intentional, for sure. He definitely had days where things were not pretty. He definitely had that term, blood, sweat, and tears. He's definitely experienced that. He's had days where he had to wake up early, some nights where he probably didn't sleep or slept really late. He definitely remembered that it was a journey, not a destination. But he also remembered to stay patient and to remember his why. So now, if he's the GOAT of basketball, right? And he's accomplished all that and he's still putting all that work, you want to do something we're not going to minimize what you're trying to do, because obviously he just plays basketball. Yes, he makes a lot of money, but at the end of the day, he just plays basketball. But whatever you want to accomplish in your life, are you willing to remember that you have to be patient, first of all, and that you have to have a baseline? Every good house has a good foundation. So what's your why? What's your foundation? Like, what drives you? When you wake up in the morning, what motivates you? What's something that you could look at and be like, okay, when I wake up in the morning, I do this for my family. Or when I wake up in the morning, I do it for my dog. Or I do it for me. I believe and I know that everybody should, first of all, after God, me personally, I do everything for me. Don't get me wrong, I want to make my family proud. Of course, that's the goal. But at the end of the day, I want to make myself proud. Because like I said, we locking in for who? For us. For you. Watching this video, you. So, what is your why though? Like, why are you locking in? What's the reason? Your ex broke your heart? You want to make $10,000 a month, or you want to make 6 figures, or whatever your goal is? What's your why? And a lot of things, it's always like, okay, people got excuses like, I don't know why. All right, cool. I got a few things for you to help you figure out like what your why is. First of all, you got to ask yourself, okay, what drives me? When I wake up in the morning, what's something I gotta do, man? Like, I gotta get these shoes so I can put this fit together, or I gotta buy this stock so I could be able to have this much because I see it going this way, or bro, I gotta talk to my mom today. I ain't talked to her in a couple of days. I've been busy with school, or I've been busy with work, blah, blah, blah. So what drives you? Is it family? Is it God? Is it self-improvement? After you ask yourself that question, now reflect. Reflect on what's the reason for you doing this. It doesn't have to be a problem. So it could be, okay, why do you want to start this business? Oh, I want to have multiple streams of income. Cool. Why do you want to lock in the gym? Oh, I want to be able to fit in these size jeans that I used to fit in back in high school. Okay, cool. Why do you want to get this degree? Oh, because My mom, I used to see her struggle so she could pay for my school growing up, so I want to make her proud. Okay, cool. Now, after you ask yourself what drives you, and after you reflect on what your problem or what your base, like why you started in the first place is, all right, cool. Define it now. Define it to who, like, or what you are doing it for. So let's say, okay, back to the gym, right? All right, I want to lose 30 pounds. You ask yourself, what drives me? Oh, my family. I really want them to look at me one day and be like, man, Kevin, you really locked in. Like you really did that. You look good in those clothes. Like you look healthy. You look happy. I'm proud of you. Good job. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what you know what I mean? And then after that, you reflect. Okay, what caused me to even get to this point where I even gotta lock in? Oh, DoorDash. I was in Wingstop. I was their best customer. It got to the point where they knew me by name. They was, Kevin, 15p with a large fry. Hey, who want the band? All right, I got you. Don't even worry about it. Extra sauce? Yeah, I'm gonna have to put the extra sauce for you, bro. I got you, bro. You know what I mean? So, you figured out what drives you. You reflected on your pain, your problem. Now the next step, you're defining it to who you are. All right, cool. After you delete a DoorDash, because you know that's the next step, right? If you go to a restaurant and they know you by name, you gotta stop going to that establishment, bro. Because either you got like shares in the company, or you a Hall of Fame plate cleaner. And if it's the second one, we gotta delete DoorDash. We gotta delete Uber Eats. We gotta stop going to that establishment. We have to stop supporting those people, unfortunately, for our health. All right, in order for us to lock in, we have to define it to who we are. And so in order for you to define it to who you are, you have to define the word delete to DoorDash on your phone so you can lock in. Just temporarily though. Listen, we'll be back. We will be back. We just need to lock in just real quick. All right? Just follow me real quick. You defined it to who you are. Okay. You cut out all unnecessary habits, deleted DoorDash or whatever you had to do, like seriously speaking now. You made the right steps. Now, what's next is you have to actually proclaim it. There's a certain thing called the power of the tongue, and it's a very, very serious thing. And in that, manifestation comes into play, and not the weird manifestation where you, whatever. I'm talking about saying it, because whenever you say it, spiritually, all the negative vibes, all the bad vibes, like y'all say, they can hear it. And it pushes them away, essentially. I'm not an expert. I'm not going to dig deep into that, but that's just how I understand it. You could research it or whatever, but the way I've seen it work in my life, especially speaking as a Christian, whenever you, let's say you want to stop doing this or you want to start doing this, and you proclaim it and you say it out loud, I will be this or I will accomplish this, over time, and by actually applying it, by asking yourself what drives you, by reflecting, by defining what or who you do it for, using that power of tongue, incorporating it all together, now that's the last step, which is connecting it to your current situation. So you ask yourself, all right, I want to lose 30 pounds. Why? What drives me? Okay, I want to fit in these size 30 jeans. Okay, cool. Why did I even get to size 38? How did I get to size 40? How did we get here? Oh, because I was going to Chick-fil-A every day for breakfast. I was going to McDonald's every day for lunch. I was going to Texas Roadhouse every day for dinner. And that was every day. 7 days out of 7, I spent over X amount on food, right? Let's say that's you, right? Okay. Reflecting on that. Now, you're defining it. You're like, all right, cool. I figured out that in order for me to fit in these size 30 jeans, I can't be spending $2,500 a month on food. That's outrageous. I'm so serious. I had a friend show me his DoorDash receipts for the month, and it looked like a bank statement. That it literally said 25 something. I forgot how much it was, but it was over $2,500. That nigga spent over a car payment, a mortgage on food. That's insane. So after he defined it to who he was, or after you define who you are, and you actually make the right decisions, and you use the power of tongue, and you connect it to everything, that's whenever you will start to see yourself making progress. So this video was kind of all over the place, I'm not gonna lie. That's one of my things I gotta work on. See, this is day one, you know? It's day one for all of us, day one for me. I'm brand new to YouTube. I don't know how to, I'm gonna keep this raw, uncut. Y'all gonna see all my stutters. Y'all gonna see all the times that I went here, then here. But that's the beauty of YouTube, you know? It's here for you to be able to see your growth. I'm gonna look back at this video whenever I'm here doing this, right? And I'm gonna be like, damn, what was I doing? Like, this video is low budget as hell, but I'm taking that first step and locking in. And you can too. This 31-minute video was hopefully to help you take that first step. You know, it's day one. Yesterday I asked y'all, all right, bet, set a goal and try to see if you accomplished it. Now, did you accomplish your goal that you set yesterday or today? And if you didn't, the one good thing I love about life is that you could fail at something one day, but the next day you have an opportunity to not only accomplish that same goal, but to excel and to go above and beyond. So if you didn't accomplish your goal yesterday for whatever reason, don't feel bad, don't beat yourself up, but just remember that you gotta lock in though. It's always gonna be tomorrow and tomorrow until one day you won't have any more tomorrows. So are you gonna always just say one day, or are you gonna take that day one? And we just finished day one. So time's moving pretty quick. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. Glad y'all are joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. And yeah, man, 101K, I love y'all, man.